Thank you for joining me today for this very special Hangout on Air for businesses that use Sage 50 accounting software. And today is extra special because tomorrow sees the launch of Sage 50 2016 US edition. So that gives us our topic for today. What is Suntico going to bring to Sage 50 2016 US edition? And it's very timely because actually Suntico is on the point of releasing a completely new and revolutionary connected cloud services architecture, which will transform the ability for us and other third parties to deliver very powerful connected services to companies that use Sage 50 and other accounting software products. But I'm delighted to say that on the eve of the launch of Sage 50 2016, it is Sage 50 2016 that will be the first beneficiary of this new Suntico architecture. My name is Hugh Johnson. I'm Head of Business Development at Suntico. And if you'd like to get in touch with me after this Hangout on Air, of course you can, via the normal social channels or by email at hugh.johnson@suntico.com. And if you'd like to share this Hangout on Air with your friends and followers on the social networks, please do so. So what I would like to do today is just cover what is Suntico bringing for Sage 50 2016 US edition. And it's a little bit of a preview because we're coming to market with the 2016 US edition version of the new upgraded connector architecture from Suntico during this coming month of July. And what I will do is I'll take you through, I suppose, the five main W's: why, what, who, when, and where. So really what I'd like to start with is why. Why are we bothering to do this? Why are we doing what we're doing for companies that use Sage 50? And if you've made an investment in your Sage 50 accounting software, which hopefully will become Sage 50 2016, or indeed any other accounting software, the most valuable part of your investment, I would put it to you, is the data that you hold within the system. But that data is not reaching its full value for your business if it remains locked up within your accounting software, because that data is so useful for other parts of the business, other people that are client-facing, that need to conduct business and see the information that you have within your accounting software, or even update that information. So it's all about the data, and what Suntico is doing is focusing on helping business-to-business companies that value face-to-face customer contact in an online world with their account management activities. And the reason we're focusing in on this area is because we believe that it's an area that is ripe for improvements in productivity. And one of the exercises we did as a business when coming up with the overall concept is we took a look at the productivity of US companies by company size. And these are not our figures. These are figures straight from the US Business Census Bureau. But if you plot revenue per payroll cost on the y-axis against company size on the x-axis, you get this kind of bathtub effect. And right at the bottom of that bathtub, where the water runs out, or so to speak, in companies that employ 10 to 100 people. And these companies, on average, are dramatically less productive than either smaller companies or larger companies. Now, what does this mean? This means that if you are one of these companies, on average, you're missing revenue opportunities. And in fact, you're missing a lot of revenue opportunities, because if these red companies employing 10 to 100 people could be, on average, as productive as other companies, the purple companies in this diagram, it'd be like adding $1 million a year to your revenue line without adding a single dime to your payroll costs. And one of the biggest killers of productivity in small to medium-sized businesses is the difficulty that people face in getting access to the information that they need to do their job effectively. And actually, if you think about it, in many small to medium-sized businesses, the most valuable data is actually disconnected from the people that need it most. And if you think about your accounting software and your accounting data within your accounting software for a second, that is by and large your most valuable data, and it is supporting your most valuable business activities, because the most valuable activities in your business typically either start, pass through, or finish in your accounting software. And yet those people that are driving those activities tend to be front of house, client-facing people that do not often have access to your Sage data that could be so valuable to help them complete their activity. So the solution that we have come up with is quite a simple concept. And it's to take your Sage data that is sitting in the back office, maybe in the finance department, and publish that up into a secure cloud database that can then be shared and updated and used by our own account management application that we also call Suntico, or by other third-party business applications that can interact with that data and deliver, therefore, so much extra value to your business and drive your productivity, drive your productivity up. So Suntico has been in the market for some time now, over the last year or so, on the previous generation of our connector architecture, which it pulled the data up out of your Sage accounting software in a read-only fashion up into the cloud. And what we're introducing with our new connector architecture is the ability to go both ways, and also the ability to interact with other external business applications. But as a quick reminder, let's just take a quick look at the concept, because I know that many of you watching today won't be fully familiar with Suntico and the overall concept. So let's take a quick look. What I have here is a sample company that I have logged onto with Suntico. And for those of you familiar with the Sage 50 US edition demo data, you can see that I've logged on to Bellwether Garden Supply as my sample company. And what's happened in the background is that I have a piece of connector software that sits and runs on my Sage 50 accounting software server where the data is held. And any time that I update my Sage 50 software with either just some new status of a customer, or some new information about a customer, or additional transactions, that information is pushed and published up into the secure Suntico database, where you as a subscriber can then access that information in a very secure way. And you can see all the sales information, sales invoices, the sales accounts, the transactions that have been conducted within that. And over the top of that, then what we've done is we've overlaid a kind of social style interface that is very accessible to people across the business, to enable them to exchange ideas and conversations about a particular customer or transaction, and to enable maybe independent reps to interact with the back office without having to go through tremendous difficulties in learning a new system. So the companies that use this solution today are typically manufacturers and wholesale companies interacting with their and supporting the interaction between the back office or the head office and field sales reps and independent sales reps to manage that interaction there. So that's what Suntico is today. And the concept of this is going to change slightly as we introduce the new connector architecture, because we're introducing two new things to this. One is the ability to integrate other business software and other business apps really easily into this data, and also to enable read-write, to be able to update information and push that information back into Sage. So I'm not going to go through a full-blown demonstration of this now in the interest of time, but if you want to try this yourself and you haven't tested out Suntico yourself, you can go to our homepage at suntico.com and just register for access to our demo account. It's on the homepage, and we'll send you the login details, and you can access this demo account and try it out for yourself. Now, that kind of takes us up to where we are today with Sage 50 2015. But what's coming up for Sage 50 2016? And let's take a quick look at that now. Okay. Well, the first things that we're going to be introducing with Sage 50 2016, one is a dramatic improvement in performance for companies with very large data sets, with large numbers of customers, large numbers of invoices. And I do concede that there was a small issue with the first release around that, and the upcoming release for Sage 50 2016 will see a dramatic improvement there. But we're also adding other things. We're adding intelligent maps. So if you want to see where you can buy, where say for example you're a wholesaler selling through a number of retail stores, and you want to see who has purchased a particular line item, or what stores will stock this line item within a 50-mile radius of a certain point, or indeed, you know, a sales rep trying to plan a series of visits through his customers that may stock certain products. So that's what I call intelligent maps. It's overlaying your Sage data, overlaying your transactional data into a mapping interface, so that can be used intelligently. The next thing that's coming up for Sage 50 2016, as I hinted at, was the ability to create information and push that through into Sage 50. So that'll be quotes, orders, and invoices primarily. It'll also include the ability to take payments through credit cards and the like, and again push that through into Sage 50. And this will, of course, be subject to your own controls in terms of who can do that and who can approve the final transactions to go through into Sage. A big item that it will also support is external collaboration, to enable you to do online collaboration, either with your accountant or bookkeeper or with your client, in terms of handling customer queries or invoice queries or quotation queries and so on. And again, one of the big things that I mentioned that we're doing for Sage 50 2016 is the ability to include developer support for web services, for people that are developing innovative new cloud services or mobile services, to be able to enable them to connect their apps up to your Sage 50 2016. And leveraging that capability is, of course, our own team. And our own team have got their own schedule of integrations that they're working on specifically for Sage 50 2016. And these include Salesforce.com. So if you want to continue using your own subscription to Salesforce.com for your sales reps, but maybe integrate some high-level information from that and publish that out to the rest of the business, then that's a way of doing that. But our first integration we're coming up with is the Microsoft Power BI. That's the first one that will be commercially available under this new connector architecture for Sage 50 2016. And in fact, if you join us on August the 5th for our Hangout on Air, we will be showing that, and we'll be showing our first iteration of Microsoft Power BI connected live into Sage 50 2016 using our new connector architecture. And you can see the other integrations that we've got planned there. Shipwire is a very interesting one, specifically for Sage 50 customers, because what it does is it brings to you the possibility of supporting a multi-warehousing solution, even if you don't actually own the warehouses yourselves. But that's all I have time for today. Please do join us in a fortnight's time, where we'll be taking a look at Suntico as an alternative to Sage Life for Sage 50 users. But please also join us on August the 5th to take a look at what we're doing with one of our partners, one of our development partners, and Microsoft Power BI as an integration there. So I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you'd like to try out our demo, go to our homepage, suntico.com, and just register there to try out the demo account. Also, if you do that, you will automatically be notified with any updates that are coming down the line, and you will be invited, if you want, to join the early testing of the new generation products and services available for Sage 50 Accounting 2016.